What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. I've been gone for a little bit. Life happens. I get very busy. Like I said in my previous videos, I'm a poor person, so I gotta work a lot. I work as much as I possibly can to support this family. And one of my hobbies is video games. I definitely want to make more videos, and here's one today. So for today's video, I want to talk about the Nintendo Switch again. Why? Because it has over 3,000 games, that's why. Are we gonna talk about all 3,000? No. But I want to talk about or highlight some of the games that are just digital, and some of the games I'm going to talk about are digital, but also physical. The physical versions are going to be kind of hard to get, especially when you got companies like Limited Run or Special Reserve Games, super rare games. You know, there's probably a couple of them else I'm missing, but they come out with these limited runs, you know, of these games, and they're kind of hard to get if you don't jump on it right away, depending on the game. So without further ado, let me give you guys my list for the best, or one of the best games for the Nintendo Switch you can get digitally and physically if you'd like. Let's take a look. Okay, first up is a game that came out in 2011. That's right, the Nintendo Switch wasn't out yet, but this game came out in 2011, but came out for the Nintendo Switch in 2017, I believe, or no, sorry, I take that back, 2020, which in January 16, 2020. This game came out a long time ago, and I think it is available on Steam as well, but it is difficult to explain. If you guys have seen the movie Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind with Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet, that's one of my favorite movies. You should definitely check the movie out. But this game is about a person, his name is Johnny, and his dying wish is to go to the moon. He doesn't remember why, he doesn't know why, so he hires this company to make that dream come true. Now, how are they going to make it come true? By tricking his mind into believing that he went. And this game just follows a story. It's more of a love story, and because it's about Johnny and his wife, River, who has some kind of a disease as well. And without ruining the story, it kind of goes backwards to when he was a little kid. So you play these chapters and you go backwards until he's a little kid, and then you realize why he wants to go to the moon. It's a very touching story, and I thought it was really good. It's not really much of a game, let's say. It's more of a story that you kind of follow, but it does have puzzles in there that you have to complete. Those puzzles are pretty easy. Well, like I said, it's more of the story. It's a 16-bit 2D, like role-playing type graphics from like the Super Nintendo. So it's a great game. It's just a couple of bucks. I think I got it for I'd say like $8 or $9, but it's well worth it. You know, you probably are going to play it a couple of times because you might miss things from the story, but it's really good. It's an awesome game. Check it out. To the moon. On to the next. Okay, next one up is a game that will remind people of the 90s Doom. Now, if you're like me, an old PC gamer back in the day, I love games like Hexen, Rise of the Triad, Quarantine, games like that, or, you know, Doom 2, you know, Wolfenstein 3D, all that stuff. Now, Project Warlock is a game that pays homage to those types of games, but does them better. It has really, I mean, it has awesome graphics, great controls, and you play this Warlock, and you're just kicking ass left and right. That's what you're doing. It's a lot of fun. The graphics are really awesome. You know, you get your axe, you get your scepter, whatever that is, where you start shooting things, and it's just a fun game, and it brings you back to so many like of those memories with Doom and Wolfenstein 3D. It kind of reminds me of like Rise of the Triad. I don't know if you guys know. You guys remember what I'm talking about, or if you don't know what I'm talking about, try and check it out, because I'm sure it's out there for free that you could probably download, play on the PC. But those games, you know, are like the front runners of the first-person shooters we see today. And this one, Project Warlock, is more of a throwback to that. It's not easy. It's not an easy game. I mean, I don't know, maybe I just suck at it. But it has, like I said, really good controls, very cool graphics, and it's just a lot of fun. Now, I think Super Rare Games came out with a physical version of this. I don't remember exactly who brought I think, yeah, Super Rare Games. So it could be sold out. I haven't checked in a while. I did manage to pick up a physical copy of it, so I was lucky because I'm a big fan of the game. You can change, and the cool thing about it too, you can change the graphics. There's just a lot of things. You can change the scan lines. You could add glitches to it, color palette, pixelization. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do with this thing, and it's just a lot of fun to play. I highly recommend it. Do yourself a favor, check it out. Even if you can't get the physical edition, that's not a problem. I mean, it might suck for some, but if you can, get it. Project Warlock, check it out. On to the next. Okay, next one up is a game originally that came out for the Sega Saturn. Now, I was not lucky enough to pick up a Sega Saturn back then. I went with PlayStation and Nintendo 64. Looking back on it, I wish I did grab it, but, you know, I didn't. So, I gotta live with that decision for the rest of my life. That's okay. Because Panzer Dragoon Remake is out for the Nintendo Switch. Now, Panzer Dragoon is like a shooting game, a 3D shooting game that came out, like I said, originally for the Sega Saturn, but it was remade for the Nintendo Switch. And what's awesome about this version is that it has updated graphics, it has awesome visuals, and just the same gameplay I remember from the Sega Saturn when I played it years ago. And I don't even remember how I played it. I think I played it at a friend's house. But this remake is really good. I love it. It's the best thing about it too is like it does go on sale quite often. So if you're looking for that sweet deal, it usually comes out at like, I want to say $12, $12, something like that. But I mean, the graphics are just great. They did a really good job with this. It's a little bit on the short side. I wish it was a little bit longer, but it is just a joy to play. It's just one of those games where I just pick up and go, you know, have a couple of rounds here and there. It's a really, really fun game. And if you never played it or you never checked out the Sega Saturn version, which is probably like $1,000 now, you owe it to yourself to at least try this one. Like I said, the Saturn version, I think, you know, has skyrocketed in price, and I think it's just going to keep going up. But for good reason, because it's just a fantastic game. I believe Limited Run Games did come out with a physical version of this that I did not get, and of course the prices are going to go up on that. But like I said, the good thing is you can always download these games, so at least you can play them that way. Panzer Dragoon Remake. Don't miss this one. On to the next. Alright, next one up is a shoot 'em up, a shmup, if you will, called Pawarumi. Now, Pawarumi is a game that probably cost me around $9 or $10, and it is really, really good. Definitely worth the money. Even if it was a little bit more than that, I don't know, maybe I'd pay $20 for it. I don't know. I don't know what's good or what's bad. But I got it for $10 and is an excellent shoot 'em up because it kind of reminds me of that Ikaruga type shooter. You have your red shooter, your green, and your ice one. You're like white, bluish type blaster, whatever. And you're supposed to go through the levels, and each enemy is kind of color coded. So you want to hit the green enemies with the green one, red one with the red one, and the blue one with the blue one, and they die a lot faster. The level design is really cool. It's not as difficult as some are, and I like that. I mean, I'm not the world's greatest gamer, but I like to enjoy myself. I don't like to die every 5 seconds and then I just give up after that. You know, if it's super hard, I don't know about you guys, but if it's a super hard game, I tend to give up. I don't know. I can't keep going. I mean, it depends on the game, obviously, but for this one, it's not too hard. You can change the difficulty for those experts out there who are looking to get the highest score or trying to complete every mission and just trying to be the best at everything. I don't know. But you can change the difficulty on it. It has really good graphics. I can't find anything wrong with it, to tell you the truth. I don't think it's a boring game. I don't think it's a bad shoot 'em up. I think it's awesome. And I don't know if they came out with a physical version of this one, and if they did, let me know in the comments. I haven't researched it as much, but like I said, I like what I like, and I think this game is awesome. If you're into shoot 'em ups, definitely check this one out. It's one of the better ones out there, and you can't beat it if it's like $9 or $10. So I mean, maybe it'll go down. I think standard price is $20. Even for $20, I think it's okay. But I got it for $9.99. And if you guys were on the fence about this one, if you even know about it, pull the trigger, because you won't be disappointed. And for those of you that don't know about it, definitely take a look at it. Let's check out the next one, guys. Okay, next one up is a game that is pretty easy to get physical copy of. You can probably get it at GameStop for not that much money, but I wanted to mention in this one, it is called Close to the Sun. Close to the Sun is a first-person game. It's like a walking first-person game that'll remind you of BioShock, which is not a bad thing because I love BioShock. I don't know if you guys have played that. If you haven't, honestly, I don't know why. Go check it out right now. Stop the video. Go check it out. BioShock is just a fantastic game. I love it. And this one here, Close to the Sun, it reminds me, like I said, of BioShock. And it is about, it takes place in like 1897. And you are looking at like Nikola Tesla's vision of like his greatest achievements and stuff like that for like a utopian society or something like that. So, and I thought it was a pretty well-made game. It's about like 5 or 6, maybe 7 hours, depending on how good you are. Like I said, I'm not like the world's greatest gamer or anything like that. So if I have to, I will go on the internet and try and figure out when I get stuck so I don't waste my time. But I think it was a really good game. I wouldn't say it's horror. It is kind of scary, but like I said, it's a first person, pretty cool atmosphere. Did remind me a lot of BioShock, which is pretty awesome. And it wasn't the best game of all time, but it was also enjoyable. So for maybe about $15, I think you can get the physical version, if not the digital version as well. So Close to the Sun, check it out. I think you definitely will enjoy this one as much as I did. Hopefully you do. On to the next. Okay, next one up is a game, another shoot 'em up, one of my favorites, probably my top 10, called DontMakuu Unlimited 3. Now, DontMakuu Unlimited 3 also, I believe, came out with a physical version, but it was too late for me because I found out about the game after it was released physically, and I don't remember exactly off the top of my head right now if it was through a limited run type thing. But in any case, I downloaded it, and it's a fantastic shooter. It's awesome. It's a great shoot 'em up, action-packed. You really couldn't ask for anything more. Visuals are awesome, controls are awesome, and it's got a rockin' Japanese metal soundtrack, which is pretty awesome. Really gets you in the mood. I think it's one of those games where you just keep going back and you want to just complete it. Awesome thing about it is not super hard. If you're like me, like I said earlier, I'm not into games that are extremely hard, especially some of the shoot 'em ups are extremely hard. This one isn't too hard. It's kind of forgiving. Definitely recommend the beginner mode on that one, because once you get the hang of it, you can get pretty good at it. And the guns in this thing are pretty awesome. I mean, you really got to check it out. It's one of my all-time favorite shoot 'em ups, and I don't think you can go wrong with this one. This one's pretty awesome. If I had to pick one between Pawarumi and this one, I'd probably go with this one. But to each their own, that's kind of my opinion. But you definitely need to check this one out. It's an awesome shoot 'em up. And I don't think it was that much money. You really can't get it for, I don't think it's more than $15, maybe less. That one I got on sale. I don't remember exactly how much. But this one does go on sale as well. So maybe you want to wait for when the time is right. But awesome game. Well worth the money. DontMakuu Unlimited 3. Check it out. Okay, and finally, I wanted to talk about a side-scrolling action goodness. I think this one is really cheap. It's not that much money, and this one was, I mean, it's pretty awesome. I don't know how else to explain it. Just check out the footage. It's called ATOMIK Run, Gun, Jump, Gun, and that's it. It pretty much gave you the instructions right there. Run, gun, jump, gun. What's awesome about it is that it's just got a super fast gameplay. It's very simple in its premise. You go from point A to point B without dying. That's it. And the cool thing about it is that when you die, you can rewind it and go back to the beginning. It goes back right back to the beginning. And what's awesome about that is that you get so addicted to these levels that you're like, wow, I have to finish it. It just keeps taking you back and back. You're just trying to avoid the saws that try to kill you, and you're trying to avoid all the enemies that are trying to kill you as well. It's just one of those games where you just pick up and go. Pick up and play. It's fantastic. The graphics are like, you know, that old side-scrolling Nintendo mixed with, you know, new age, you know, new cool graphics and things like that. So it's just an awesome game. It's super fun to play. Just pick it up and go, and it's got like a ton of levels. I don't even know. I really don't know how many levels it has, but I just keep going and going and going as much as I possibly can. But it's just an awesome game. You can collect things in it too, for those of you that like to suffer, because it's definitely not for the weak. It's a difficult game, but once you get the hang of it, it kind of reminds me of like Super Meat Boy. I don't know if you guys played that. That one's really good. I also mentioned that in my other videos. But this one is super cheap. I want to say maybe like $5. But just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's a bad game. It's an awesome game. Overall, it's just a joy to play. Go, run, gun, jump, repeat. That's it, you know? I mean, isn't that what all games are, I guess, in some way? And not all games, but, you know, most games. Anyway, check it out. ATOMIK Run, Gun, Jump, Gun. Okay, well, that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you guys enjoy these games. If you can get the physical versions, go ahead and do that. If you're like me, a collector, you got to have them. So some of these I have the physical versions, some of them I don't, whatever, but I do have them digitally, so I do get to enjoy them some way, which is awesome. And you really can't go wrong with the prices. The prices of all these games are really not that much money, and there's no excuse. I mean, if you're a poor person, I get it. I mean, I'm the same way. I struggle, but, you know, I make the best of it. So remember to please like and subscribe the video. I appreciate everybody's support. Like and subscribe, and put in the comments which games you love, which games you don't. I always love to hear your opinion, always love to hear feedback. Stay tuned for the next videos, because I went on a couple of good dual trips and I found some actually pretty good things, and something that I think you Pokemon lovers will love out there. So stay tuned for that. Like and subscribe. Like I said, I appreciate you guys all your support, and I can't wait to do more videos for you guys. Keep them coming, put some comments, and with that, till next time, guys, later.